All right. Hey, everybody in the chamber world. Cory here. We're going to be doing a lot more with video. So this is one of my attempts to try to get more information out to you this way. Wearing a hat, I've got some lighting issues where I am, and it's just glaring off my forehead. So that's what we're doing today. I'm here with Francis Eberle from Price Associates, and we're talking about the new chamber series that he's working with called Leaders Lead in the Midcoast. And so it's a three-part series that we're going to be doing here starting on Tuesday. September 15th is the date, I believe, September 15th. And I'd like to introduce Francis. Francis, welcome.
Thank you, Cory. Thanks for the invitation.
Oh, thanks for being here. And thanks for reaching out to me with this idea. So can you just let people know what's the purpose of this entire series of Leaders Lead in the Midcoast?
Yeah, so it's a great question, Cory, and I want to just say that the idea here is that we're in a place where people have gotten used to sort of COVID-19 environment. They're still trying to figure out the markets, what actually is happening for them in their business. So how do you begin to move through in a way that you're ready on the other side when the new normal, whatever that may be, happens? So this first one is around stress, and that's to help leaders identify, think about how they can control that or make it work for them. The second one has to do with their team, so getting people ready. And the third one has to do with building internal capacity. So that's, again, that final step that goes through the next thing. So it's really to help leaders move from where they are right now, because I think everybody sort of said, okay, this is our state that we're in right now with COVID. This is what's happening. How do you move out of that mindset into the next phase?
For sure, for sure. Now, one of the things I really love about this is not going to be just you preaching to us for an hour. It's really an interactive thing, and there's a piece to this that I really love is the personal assessments, where prior to session 1 and session 2, the attendees actually take a personal assessment. So tell us how that works. So we're probably going to do future videos about the other 2 sessions. So let's focus on the first session, which is making stress work for you. So how does the personal assessment work with that?
So what will happen is you'll get, if you participate, you'll get a personal assessment. In this case, the first one's around stress. Mm-hmm. And so it's an assessment related to stress. There's a series of questions, and then you get a report right away as soon as you finish it that identifies the areas that may or may not be stressing you. And what really is important about this is that stress, particularly now, it's invisible. So we don't actually know necessarily when it's happening, unless it's like really you can feel it internally. And sometimes you get lulled into thinking this is normal. The way I feel right now is normal. And what the stress assessment does is it identifies specific areas, both internal and external, that may be stressing you. So internal might be your own time management, the decisions that you make, what time you get up, are you taking breaks, with your family, how do you divide up kids? So there's that sort of stuff internally. And then there's the external, which could be work. There's no commutes from a lot of people.
Right.
Work, or maybe it's the mask related. And
right. Yeah.
It's a supervisor or people you report to. And so what it does is it says there's 7 actually levels to this that identify. And then it allows you an opportunity to have specific tips or strategies to help reduce that. So maybe just one thing. And
so basically people take this personal assessment, and then you kind of tell them how to use that assessment, in our 1 hour together.
Yes. And I won't be going through everybody's assessment.
Right.
What I'll be doing is talking more conceptually, but each report has specific tips and strategies and approaches. And I, depending on participation, we can ask specific questions about that to help you do that. So people will get specific they'll get ideas that they can do to help reduce their stress, depending on who they are, because it's so varied. I mean, we're all different.
Oh, sure. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So, I we want to wrap this up quick, but there anything else that we missed? I know we wanted to talk about the interactiveness, that there's activities and there's other pieces. Is there anything else that we want to let people know about?
Well, yeah. So let me just say a little more about that.
Yeah.
That right now, I think that Zoom, exhaustion or fatigue is becoming, at least for some people, a real problem. And so, how to make this much more interactive, so that you're participating. So right off, there'll be participation, and that'll occur through all three.
Yeah.
And we do have two guests. So the second one is a colleague, Whit Mitchell. He's in New Hampshire, and he's worked with large companies and small businesses. And he'll be talking about your people, your teams. How do you get your teams to move out of their current mindset? And then the last one is Jamie Lisk, and she's actually in Idaho. But she does a lot of internal coaching. So she'll help you come up with strategies and things that you can help build your existing people so that they can move forward. So I'm excited about it because it gives you a chance to learn some things, and there should be some value. It's always helpful for me to learn what people are doing. So I'll be asking you questions, or the participants questions.
That's great. Yeah, and having the extra content experts here too. I mean, that's a wonderful thing that we have access to through you and Price Associates. So we appreciate it.
Yeah.
So if you want to sign up for this, we still got a couple weeks to do it. Now you do have to do that personal assessment beforehand. So make sure that you do sign up and give yourself at least a day. So the first event happens on September 15th, and then we go 2 weeks later, September 29th, and then 2 weeks after that, which is October 13th. All Tuesdays. Everything runs from 12 to 1. It is interactive, but of course, if you want to eat your lunch while you're doing this, you can, but know that we are going to be having a discussion while we're doing that, but I'm sure I'll be eating along with that. There is a cost. It is $10 per session or $25 for the whole series, which isn't a lot, but that helps offset some things and it helps support the chamber right now, in a time that we serve. So that is all. If you want to sign up, it's on the chamber website, www.midcoastmaine.com, or if you have any questions, you can call me at the chamber office or shoot me an email. Email is really easy. It's executive-director@midcoastmaine.com. Chamber telephone number 725-8787. So Francis, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you on the 15th.
Yes, thank you, Corey. I hope to see everyone on the 15th.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, everyone else too. All right.
Yeah.